Hi guys, PD here, welcome to the channel, welcome to another new video. Today we're checking out the Apollo 11 HD version of the experience. I'm playing this on the Oculus Rift with the Oculus touch controllers. I have played the original Apollo 11, but this is a new HD version, so let's give this a shot. Okay, here we are on the main menu. Now, Immersive Education are the same people responsible for the Titanic experience. Quick look at the options. Music, sound effects, subtitles. Extras. Okay, let's start the journey. Right, cinematic is to sit back and relax. Interactive, take control during docking, landing and moonwalking sections. I'm going to try interactive. I've not tried this before, so it should be interesting. I'm curious to see how the HD version compares to the normal version.
No man can fully grasp how far and how fast we have come. But condense, if you will, the 50,000 years of man's recorded history in a time span of but a half a century. Stated in these terms, we know very little about the first 40 years, except at the end of them, advanced man had learned to use the skins of animals to cover them. Then about 10 years ago, under this standard, man emerged from his caves to construct other kinds of shelter. Only 5 years ago, man learned to write and use a cart with wheels. Christianity began less than 2 years ago.
This house looks really cool.
This year.
Really
and
realistic.
Then less than 2 months ago, during this whole 50-year span of human history, the steam engine provided a new source of power. Newton explored the meaning of gravity. Last month, electric lights and telephones and automobiles and airplanes became available. Only last week did we develop penicillin and television and nuclear power. And now, if America's new spacecraft succeeds in reaching Venus, we will have literally reached the stars before midnight tonight. This is a breathtaking pace, and such a pace cannot help but create new ills as it dispels old. New ignorance, new problems, new dangers. Surely the opening vistas of space promise high costs and hardships, as well as high reward. So it is not surprising that some would have us stay where we are a little longer, to rest, to wait. But this city of Houston, this state of Texas, this country of the United States,
I wonder if Elon Musk has played this yet.
those who waited and rested and wish to look behind them.
We choose to go to the moon.
For the eyes of the world now look into space, to the moon and to the planets beyond. And we have vowed that we shall not see it governed by a hostile flag of conquest, but by a banner of freedom and peace. The exploration of space will go ahead.
There's a Saturn V rocket on the TV. I used to have one of them as a model when I was a little boy. I am fascinated with space.
Made certain that this country rode the first waves of the Industrial Revolution, the first waves of modern invention, and the first wave of nuclear power. And this generation does not intend to founder in the backwash of the coming age of space. We mean to be a part of it. We mean to lead it. Its hazards are hostile to us all. Its conquest deserves the best of all mankind. And its opportunity for peaceful cooperation may never come again. But why, some say, the moon? Why choose this as our goal? And they may well ask, why climb the highest mountain? Why 35 years ago fly the Atlantic? Why does Rice play Texas? We choose to go to the moon. We choose to go to the moon.
That's impressive.
We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other thing.
That looks amazing.
Not because they are easy, but because they are hard. Because that goal will serve to organize and measure the best of our energies and skills. Because that challenge is one that we're willing to accept, one we are unwilling to postpone, and one we intend to win. Okay,
these graphics look a lot better. These are really nice and sharp now. Really high detailed, high quality. Hello YouTube.
The Eagle has landed. Roger, Tranquility, we copy you on the ground. You got a bunch of guys about to turn blue. We're breathing again. Thanks a lot.
I think the momentous, most memorable thing that I can recall about that particular day was the opportunity while my two friends here were being put into the spacecraft to stand alone by myself out there and look at the rocket and the quietness and see the sun come up and the waves rolling in and the evidence of the millions of people watching, but nothing specific, and just so quiet, and to realize that indeed such a contrast was going to take place, all the frantic activity preparing the rocket, but it was so quiet up there for me personally, and that in a very few moments we were going to be departing in a great roar and off for a momentous event.
Okay, that looks amazing. That's one giant rocket. This gives you a really good sense of scale. Wow. You can't see this on a normal flat screen. In VR, this is amazing. You actually get to see how high it is. I feel like a really small person. Okay, we're going into the lift.
I thought we had a 90% chance of getting back safely to Earth on that flight, but only a 50-50 chance of making a successful landing on the first attempt. There's so many unknowns in that descending from lunar orbit down to the surface that had not been demonstrated yet by testing. It's a risk-reward equation, and you're able to accept a level of risk so long as it's commensurate with the reward that you will get by achieving the goal that you're after.
I can hear the wind.
T-minus 1 minute, 35 seconds on the Apollo mission, the flight to land of the first men on the moon. All indications coming in to the control center at this time indicate we are go. 1 minute, 25 seconds and counting. Our status board indicates the third stage completely pressurized. 80-second mark has now been passed. We'll go on full internal power at the 50-second mark in the countdown. Guidance system goes on internal at 17 seconds, leading up to the ignition sequence at 8.9 seconds. We're approaching the 60-second mark on the Apollo 11 mission. T-minus 60 seconds and counting. We passed T-minus 60. 55 seconds and counting.
Okay, we're inside the capsule, inside the rocket.
It's been a real smooth countdown. We passed the 50-second mark.
This looks amazing.
Is complete.
Really high detail.
With the launch vehicle at this time. 40 seconds away from the Apollo 11.
A massive improvement over the original.
All the second stage tanks now pressurized. 35 seconds and counting. We are still go with Apollo 11. 30 seconds and counting. Astronauts report it feels good. T-minus 25 seconds. 20 seconds and counting. T-minus 15 seconds. Guidance is internal. 12, 11, 10, 9. Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff. 32 minutes past the hour. Liftoff on Apollo 11.
Okay, we're going into the clouds.
Tower clear.
We got a roll program.
Neil Armstrong reporting the roll and pitch program, which puts Apollo 11 on proper.
All the dials are working.
Plus 30 seconds.
I can see the curvature of the Earth now. Guys, the Earth is not flat. Okay, there's the moon.
Altitude's 2 miles.
I don't recall seeing that in the original. So there's a lot more detail in this HD version. Okay, that looks amazing.
Downrange 1 mile, altitude 3,
Wow.
4 miles now.
I'm looking down at the ocean and the Earth.
Velocity 2,195 feet per second.
11 Houston, thrusters go. All engines, you're looking good. Roger, you're loud and clear, Houston.
This glass has even got like tint on it. So realistic.
We're through the region of maximum dynamic pressure now.
Wow, I can see the stars. That moon looks really good quality.
Converge, you're looking good.
We're looking good, boys.
Set 8 miles downrange, 12 miles high. Velocity 4,000 feet per second.
Stand by for mode 1, Charlie. Mark, mode 1, Charlie.
If you know anybody into space, they will love this experience. This is amazing.
Staging status.
This is Houston, you are go for staging. Tower's gone. Roger, tower. Board cutoff.
Inboard engines out.
I'm in board cutoff.
Okay, I think we're in space. Wow, look at that. This pen is floating in front of me. You can only get immersion like this in VR. There's no way you could get this sense of depth and this pen floating in front of me.
Roger that.
I feel like I'm in space.
Yeah, they finally gave me a window to look at.
It's using real speech from the actual mission as well. That's really cool. That's like the icing on the cake. Okay, I've got a big view of the Earth. From here, the Earth looks massive. This is one huge planet. You don't appreciate the size of the Earth. And as you can see, it's round. It's not flat. Thousands of scientists cannot go wrong. The Earth is round. I can see all the major cities there, all the lights. You can see the lights shimmering and flickering. These sorts of experiences are just mind-blowing. In fact, I want to make a t-shirt that says Mind-Blown Achievement VR. Okay, there's the rocket.
Go as far away as the moon and look back on the Earth certainly does affect your perspective. And then when you see it, tiny as your thumbnail held out in front of you at arm's length, that sort of gets your attention. A beautiful sight, tiny, pristine, blue and white, very fragile-looking object, shining like a beautiful little headlight out there in the black velvet of space. It does change your perspective. It makes you think that we have to take better care of this little fragile entity, because it is fragile.
Okay, that's a really weird sensation.
Houston, slightly less than 1 minute to ignition, and everything is go.
Roger, Apollo 11's go.
Excellent quality.
Ignition. We confirm ignition, and the thrust is go. Apollo 11, this is Houston at 1 minute. Trajectory and guidance looks good, and the stage is good.
We're going to the moon, boys. We're going to the moon.
We're showing velocity 35,570 feet per second.
Apollo 11, this is Houston. Around 3.5 minutes. You're still looking good. Your predicted cutoff is right on the nominal.
Roger, Apollo 11's go.
I prefer this experience to the Titanic one, I must admit.
We're showing velocity 35,570 feet per second.
You can even see the waves.
Altitude 177.
You can see the waves beating against the shoreline. Now that's attention to detail.
Apollo 11, this is Houston. You are go at 5 minutes.
Roger, Apollo 11's go.
And there's the moon. Okay, get ready to take control. I'm using the touch controllers. Docking sequence, separation, rotation, capture. You will first be required to pitch rotate the command module so it is facing the lunar module. Once you have completed this, you will need to thrust the command module forward and keep both spacecraft aligned using the aiming reticles. We recommend you do this as gently as possible to avoid damaging the spacecraft. Okay, so we've got move, pitch and thrust.
Apollo 11, this is Houston. Your go for separation. Our system's recommendation is arm both spiral buses, over.
Okay, spiral B coming armed. My intent is to use
Wow.
primary one as per the checklist, therefore I just turned day on.
Roger, we concur with the logic.
You can even see the reflection of the metal up. This is really high quality, guys. Okay, I need to turn this around, don't I? Okay. Right, I've got some crosshairs in front of me. I've got this little reticle sticking out. I don't know if you can see that. It's all in 3D.
We need to rotate the spacecraft.
And there's a 3D target inside there. Transpose the craft by pitching over using the right stick. After aligning with docking, target, hold the A button to accelerate forwards. You ready, guys? Oh, he's videoing for YouTube, look. Okay, so I'm pulling back on the thumbstick and the craft is now pitching. So I need to look out for the other ship. Oh wow, I just seen the Earth there in the other window. That was a really cool feeling. Okay, slow down.
Okay, we got the Eagle in view.
Right, so pressing A now. Use A button to accelerate forward, not too fast, okay? Translate the craft to adjust your alignment by using the left stick. Okay, so I'm using the left thumbstick to make really small changes. And we're aiming for that little cross there, look. A bit more speed.
30 meters.
The slightest touch and the craft goes off target. Really realistic physics.
25.
We got this, guys. He's looking at me like to say, he's like, look where you're going.
20 meters.
How to use the able to decelerate. Do not hit the docking target too hard and do not come to a complete stop. Continue adjusting your alignment. Translation with the left stick, okay.
8 meters.
So I need to hit this target.
6.
Oh, this is really cool.
3. 2 meters. 1 meter.
There we go. Did it. Unsafe forward speed. Failed. Okay, I'll try that again. This time I'll skip straight to the docking. I was going too fast. Okay, I'm coming in really slow this time.
2 meters. 1 meter. And capture.
Yay, we did it.
Apollo 11, this is Houston. Radio check, over.
Roger, we've got the high gain locked on now, I believe, auto tracking now.
Okay, you're coming in loud and clear, but Mike is just barely readable.
Hello, it's Neil. How are you reading, Mike?
Loud and clear now, Mike, and we understand that you are docked.
That's fine. Houston, we're ready for LEM ejection.
Roger, go for LEM ejection.
Thank you.
Apollo 11, this is Houston, over.
Roger, Houston, Apollo 11, go ahead.
Roger, could you give us some comments on how the transposition and docking went, over?
Yeah, I thought it went pretty well, Houston, although I expect I used more gas than I've been using in the simulator. Except for using a little more gas, and I'd be interested in your numbers on that. Everything went nominally.
This is Houston. Roger, we copy.
Congratulations on a successful docking, Commander. B-. I wonder if I qualify for NASA. Okay, is that the moon? We have sunrise on the moon. Some really great music and sound effects as well.
Houston, the alignment and the initialization look good to us, over. Roger, thank you.
Can you imagine being this close to the moon in real life?
Eagle, Houston, would you have Columbia go to the high gain, yaw 0, pitch, -20, over?
It must be an amazing feeling.
There you go, 1 minute till take. You guys take care. See you later.
Some really nice camera angles. big crater there.
Apollo 11, Houston, we are go for undocking, over. Roger, understand. Roger, Eagle, undock. Roger, how does it look? The Eagle has wings. Roger.
You can see the depth and the features on the moon. You can really get a really great sense of the depth of how big these craters are and how deep they are.
Eagle, Houston, we see you on the terrible, over. I do believe you got thrusters on board that vehicle. Okay, you got it. Do it, native. Roger, let us know when you're ready to copy. We have a DOI pad and a PDI pad, over.
Guidance says we're go. Coming up on 5 minutes to ignition. Gene Kran's getting a go, no-go for descent.
Okay, all flight controllers, I'm going around the horn. Make your go, no-goes based on the data you had prior to LOS. See, we got it back. Give you another few seconds. We're going, fine. Okay,
these images are really high quality.
Go, guys, go! Control, go. Telcom, go. GNC, go. Ecom, go. Surgeon, go. Capcom, we're go to continue PDI.
We all go. There's the Earth again. Earthrise. Okay, get ready to take control again. So, flight trajectory, braking, visibility phase, landing and landed. All thrusters are provided by a single rocket under the center of the lander. You need to angle the craft to slow its descent for a soft landing. Look for the landing indicator. Hold for additional thrust. Recenter, toggle landing site marker. Pitch, thrust. Okay, let's do this. Attempt to land on the moon, that's about right. I'll probably fail. Okay, there's the landing site. Wow, I'm inside the lunar module. I'm standing up. Those helmets look really cool in gold. Some really interesting devices and instruments in here. Okay, so that's the landing site. So I'm using the left thumbstick now to okay, so I can actually tilt the lunar module. I don't know if you can see this, but I'm tilting it now, look. Using the right thumbstick.
Altitude 4200, Houston, you're go for landing, over.
Okay, this is really immersive. What's that? Error rate. What does that mean? Am I too high? It's gone off now. I think I was too high, so I'm holding down the trigger and I think it's making me go down faster. Look.
Go for landing, 3,000 feet. Top alarm.
I can't turn left or right.
2,000 feet, 2,000 feet. Into the ag, 47 feet.
Altitude 600. 1,400 feet, still looking very good.
I'm going too fast.
700 feet, 21 down. 3,540 feet down at 4.
Go up, go up, go up, go up.
Down 3.5. 540 down nicely, 200 feet. 4.5 down. 5.5 down.
I'm too high. Try and stable it again. This is really tricky. I'm going up now, look. I don't know what I'm doing, mate. You want to take over? Oh, I'm going up. Once am I going down? It's all gone Pete Tong. I'm going upside down. I know I should have paid attention in training. Okay, this is terrible. I don't know what I'm doing.
60 seconds.
Okay, let me try and go down. Failed. I'm going to let the computers take over. The computers have more training than I have. Now this is how it's done.
How you doing, Neil?
I'll leave it in blue. Relay to us. See if they got me now. I got good signal strength in blue.
Okay, mate, show me how it's done.
Eagle, we got you now. It's looking good, over.
There's the landing site.
Eagle, Houston, after yaw around angled S-band pitch, -9er, yaw, +18.
I'm just going to sit and enjoy the view.
Altitude 5,200 feet.
Wow, the detail is incredible on the lunar surface.
Altitude 4,200. Houston, you're go for landing, over.
Go for landing, mate.
Roger, understand. Go for landing. 3,000 feet. Without alarm.
Oh, what's that?
1201. 1201. Roger, 1201 alarm. We're go. Same type. We're go. 2,000 feet. 2,000 feet. Into the ag. 47 degrees. Roger. 47 degrees. Eagle looking great. Your go. Altitude 1,600. 1,400 feet, still looking very good.
Doing a good job, mate. Morning.
1202, we copy it. 35 degrees. 35 degrees. 750, coming down to 23. 700 feet, 21 down. 33 degrees. 100 feet, down at 19. 540 feet down at 30 and at 15.
I've got goosebumps, mate. This is giving me goosebumps. This is so cool.
At 400 feet down at 9.
Oh, there's a viewing window
Move
here.
forward.
Look. See the Earth.
150 feet down at 4. 30.5 down. They're pegged on horizontal velocity.
Are we landing in the
Down
crater?
3.5. 47 forward. On 1.5 down. 70.
70 feet? 60?
Happy shadow out there. 50 down at 2.5. 19 forward. Altitude, velocity, light. 3.5 down. 220 feet. 13 forward. 11 forward, coming down nicely. 200 feet. 4.5 down. 5.5 down. 160, 6.5 down. 5.5 down. 9 forward. 20 feet.
The Earth looks so small from here.
100 feet, 3.5 down, 9 forward. 5%. 185.
What an amazing feeling.
75 feet. Starts looking good, down a half. 6 forward. 60 seconds. Lights on. Down 2.5.
Turn the waypoint off.
Forward. Forward. 40 feet, down 2.5. Picking up some dust. 30 feet, 2.5 down. Straight shadow. 4 forward. 4 forward, drift into the right a little. Down a half. 30 seconds forward.
Tranquility base here.
Contact light.
The Eagle has landed.
Okay, engine stop. ATA at a descent.
Oh!
Both control, both auto, descent engine command override off.
Okay, that was a bumpy landing, mate.
413 is in. We copy you down, Eagle. Houston,
Say it.
Tranquility base here. The Eagle has landed. Roger, Tranquility. We copy you on the ground.
Nice quote.
The guys about to turn blue. We're breathing again. Thanks a lot.
Is it time for one giant leap? Well done, mate. Nice piloting. That was so incredible. I got goosebumps.
I'm at the foot of the ladder. The limb footbeds are only depressed in the surface about 1 or 2 inches.
Wow, that's so realistic.
Appears to be
I'm on the moon, guys.
very, very fine grained as you get close to it. It's almost like
Oh, cool.
ground mist.
This place is so bleak. Void of life.
I'm going to step off the limb now.
One small step.
That's one small step for man,
One giant leap for mankind.
giant leap for mankind.
Wow.
As the
Really high quality graphics.
surface is fine and powdery, I can pick it up loosely with my toe. It does adhere in fine layers.
I can see the dust coming up.
Charcoal to the
I never noticed the dust last time.
sole and sides of my boot. I only go in a small fraction of an inch, maybe an eighth of an inch, but I can see the footprints of my boots and the treads in the fine sandy particles. Yeah, this is Houston. We're copying.
One thing about the Oculus Rift is I feel like I've got a proper space helmet on as well.
There seems to be no difficulty in moving around as we suspected. It's even perhaps
He looks so realistic.
simulations of 16G that
You see his footprints,
we
look.
performed in various simulations on the ground. Absolutely no trouble to
Okay, I've got a lamp on my table and I can feel the heat. And it feels like the heat from the sun. That's so cool. Get ready to take control. Deploy experiments. Deploy all experiments and explore the landing area. We are ready to leave. Just approach the lander and click on the leave surface icon near the ladder. Look for the following icons: information, sound, move, interact, teleport, jump. Okay, I've never seen this before. This is going to be really interesting. Okay, so am I oh, cool.
magnificent sight out here.
Oh wow, I'm walking on the moon.
Magnificent desolation.
Okay, I can walk where I'm facing. This feels really, really cool. Let's go towards one of these experiments.
In one direction, and recovery is quite natural and very easy.
Right, what's this one?
The laser ranging retroflector experiment was deployed on Apollo 11, 14 and 15. It consists of a series of corner cube reflectors, which are a special type of mirror with the property of always reflecting an incoming light beam back in the direction it came from. These reflectors can be illuminated by laser beams.
Oh, I went too far. Sorry, you were saying?
The laser ranging retroflector. These reflectors can be illuminated by laser beams aimed through large telescopes on Earth. The reflected laser beam is also observed with the telescope, providing a measurement of the round-trip distance between Earth and the Moon. This is the only Apollo experiment that is still returning data from the Moon. Many of these measurements have been made by McDonald Observatory in Texas. Laser beams are used because they remain tightly focused for large distances. Nevertheless, there is enough dispersion of the beam that is about 7 kilometers in diameter when it reaches the Moon and 20 kilometers in diameter when it returns to Earth. Because of this very weak signal, observations are made for several hours at a time. By averaging the signal for this period, the distance to the Moon can be measured to an accuracy of about 3 centimeters. The average distance from the Earth to the Moon is about 385,000 kilometers. The laser ranging retroflector experiment has produced many important measurements. These include an improved knowledge of the Moon's orbit and the rate at which the Moon is receding from Earth, which is currently 3.8 centimeters per year.
Okay, I did not know there was experiments still on the Moon. That's interesting. That guy's having a lot of fun, look, jumping around.
It has a stark beauty all its own. It's like much of the high desert of the United States. It's different, but it's very pretty out here.
Okay, what's this one?
The passive seismic experiment detected lunar moonquakes and provided information about the internal structure of the Moon. This experiment studied the propagation of seismic waves through the Moon and provided our most detailed look at the Moon's internal structure. The Apollo 11 seismometer returned data for just 3 weeks but provided a very useful look at lunar seismology. More advanced seismometers were deployed at the Apollo 12, 14, 15 and 16 landing sites and transmitted data to Earth until September 1977. Each of these seismometers measured all 3 components of ground displacement: up-down, north-south and east-west. If a seismic event is observed by 3 or more seismometers, the time and location of the event can be determined. Because seismic waves from distant events travel deeper into the Moon than waves from nearby events, by measuring events at various distances from the seismometer, one can determine how seismic velocities vary with depth in the Moon. In turn, this information can be used to study the Moon's internal structure. Most of the events observed by the seismometers were due either to moonquakes or to meteorite impacts. However, the third stages of several Saturn V rockets and the ascent stages of several lunar modules were deliberately crashed into the Moon after these spacecraft were no longer needed. These man-made crashes produced seismic events of known times and locations and helped to calibrate the network of seismometers.
Interesting. Okay, there's another experiment over there. I want to have a look at this crater. I'm fascinated with this crater over here.
This is Houston. Could we get both of you on the camera for a minute, please?
Okay, I do feel like I'm jumping a little bit as well. It's interesting.
And incidentally, these rocks very powdery surface.
I'm really impressed with the quality of the graphics. Look at these textures. Okay, that's one cool crater.
Didn't I say we might see some purple rocks?
Find the purple rocks?
Yep.
Purple rock?
Yeah, surface material, powdery. I don't know how good your lens is, but if you can smudges above.
See, I didn't know they crashed objects into the Moon as well to calibrate the equipment. These rocks look so real.
It's a very soft surface, but here and there where I plug with the contingency sample collector, I run into very hard surface, but it appears to be very cohesive material of the same sort.
What's this? Solar
This is
wind.
the solar wind composition experiment. The sun continually emits a flux of electrically charged particles into space. This is termed the solar wind. The Earth's magnetic field prevents these charged particles from reaching the Earth's surface, although in the Earth's polar regions these particles can reach the upper part of the atmosphere, causing auroras. The Moon is outside the Earth's magnetic field for most of each month and has a negligible atmosphere, allowing solar wind particles to reach the Moon's surface. The solar wind composition experiment was performed on Apollo 11, 12, 14, 15 and 16. It consisted of an aluminium foil sheet 1.4 metres by 0.3 metres that was deployed on a pole facing the Sun. This foil was exposed to the Sun for periods ranging from 77 minutes on Apollo 11 to 45 hours on Apollo 16, allowing solar wind particles to embed themselves into the foil. The foil was then returned to Earth for laboratory analysis. This allowed the chemical composition of the embedded solar wind to be determined more accurately than would be possible if the measurement were made using remotely controlled instruments on the Moon, but limited the periods at which observations could be made.
Okay, there's another one here. It's the flag.
Okay, Houston, I'm going to change lenses.
The Lunar Flag Assembly, or LFA, was a kit containing a flag of the United States, designed to be planted by astronauts on the Moon during the Apollo program. 7 such flag assemblies were sent to the Moon, 6 of which were planted, the exception being the one carried on Apollo 13, which had to abort its landing due to a serious spacecraft failure. The nylon flags were hung on telescoping staffs and horizontal bars constructed of 1-inch anodized aluminium tubes. The flags were carried on the outside of the Apollo lunar module, most of them on the descent ladder inside a thermally insulated tubular case to protect them from exhaust gas temperatures calculated to reach 2000 degrees Fahrenheit or 1090 degrees Celsius. 6 of the flags were ordered from a government supply catalogue and measured 3 feet by 5 feet. The last one planted on the Moon was slightly larger, at 6 foot wide, the flag which had hung in the Mission Operations Control Room in the Manned Spacecraft Centre for most of the Apollo programme.
Okay, there's one more somewhere, I think. Okay, what's really... where's the camera? You face this way.
Bring down the camera. I'm all ready. I think it's...
Okay, what's really strange is this feels like... that feels like it's a real person. It feels like somebody else is controlling him. And we're both in this together. I know that's not real, but... it behaves so real.
I'll step out and take some of my first pictures here. Roger, Neil, we're reading you loud and clear.
Let's have a look at his suits and everything.
The contingency sample.
It's really cool. Hello. Really cool reflection on his helmet as well. So I think that's all the experiments done.
Neil, this is Houston. Did you copy about the contingency sample? Over. All right, you're going to get to that just as soon as I finish these picture series. Neil is now unveiling the plaque that is... For those who haven't read the plaque, we'll read the plaque that's on the front landing gear of this LEM. There's 2 hemispheres, one showing each of the 2 hemispheres of Earth. Underneath it says, "Dear men from the planet Earth, first set foot upon the Moon, July 1969, BT. We came in peace for all mankind." It has the crew members' signatures and the signature of the President of the United States.
Okay, I could stay here all day.
Are you getting a TV picture now, Houston? Neil, yes, we are getting a TV picture.
Okay, it's time to leave. As you can see, the commentary still goes on. I think this features all the commentary from the
Roger, go ahead.
from the landing.
Roger, our guidance recommendation is pings, and you're cleared for takeoff. Roger, understand. We're number 1 on the runway. Roger.
Goodbye, Moon. Wow.
Beautiful. 26, 36 feet per second up. 5 pitch over.
There she goes.
Balance come along.
Wow, what an adventure.
Very quiet ride. There's that one crater on there. Thousand feet high, 80 feet per second vertical rise. Here you go, Houston. The request manual start override. Roger. 2,600 feet altitude. Here you go, Houston. You're looking good to us.
Okay, we're back home.
Houston, we got the service module going by.
Roger, thank you.
And it's rotating just like it should be. Thrusters are firing.
nautical miles high. Velocity 33,000 feet per second.
We've got some stunning views.
11 Houston, we'll have you for about 3-4 minutes through Redstone and then pick you up after blackout through Orion.
Roger.
Guidance reports Apollo 11 right down the middle of the corridor. 11 Houston, you're going over the hill there shortly. You're looking mighty fine to us.
See you later.
Okay, we're in the module, landing back on Earth. See all the flames coming up from the heat shield. I can see all the imperfections in this glass.
I believe that this nation should commit itself to achieving the goal, before this decade is out, of landing a man on the moon and returning him safely to the Earth. No single space project in this period will be more impressive to mankind or more important for the long-range exploration of space, and none will be so difficult or expensive to accomplish.
Apollo 11, Houston, through Orion. Houston, and the blind air boss has a visual contact. Apollo 11
Houston, standing by for your history reading, over.
The only thing you don't get is the G-forces. Apart from that, everything else is spectacular. So realistic.
Aircraft reports visual with 3 full shoots.
You can see the parachutes. Good job, guys. Okay guys, that was amazing. Definitely a lot better than the original. I can highly recommend the HD version. Thank you for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe. Be sure to hit my little bell, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.